Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Great League showcasing another very powerful team featuring Skarmory. Holy smoke, Skarmory back on the map. It's been in exile, but it is back in full force, and it will be the closer on this team, along with Staraptor of all things. Would you have ever thought? But this thing has gotten some very, very nice upgrades coming in the form of Fly being readily available now. Staraptor benefits from that. It will be the safe swap on this team, along with Whiscash on the lead. Nothing pairs quite as well with Skarmory as a very good Mud Boy and Whiscash, another Pokemon benefiting from Scald, so it will be serving as the lead on this team. And I do have to start things off by sadly admitting that we will not get to see Scald on this Whiscash because I am a noob and did not realize I was running Water Pulse. But here we go. Yeah, you definitely want to be running Scald, guys. I'm a noob. I teamed away Blizzard, saw water pop up, and my brain just assumed that we were running Scald, but we were not. And I didn't notice it throughout the entirety of all of the battles that we'll be seeing, so very sorry for that. You will want Scald, but as we can see here, we still have a very good lead here nonetheless, coming in the form of Steelix. And we're going to try and get off what I thought at the time was a Scald, even though it took me longer to get there. And the animation looks nothing like Scald. For some reason, my noob brain thought it was Scald, but we swap out because they're protecting that Steelix pretty hard, and I was making a hard team read that there was likely a Carbink, which we see here in the back, or a Basti. This happens to be a Carbink. This was a very strong team last season. Not so much with how they gutted Breaking Swipe for the sake of Steelix, but here we are nonetheless. They meet our Skarm with a Carbink of all things, and that is where Steel Wing, the newly buffed Steel Wing, comes in super clutch. So we make short work of that Carbink, and I wanted to get off a Brave Bird on the Steelix because although resisted, it absolutely chunks, and we have gotten the Steelix down into the red. So at this point, I'm reading Medi. So the team is Steelix, Medi, Carbink / Bastiodon. Very powerful team. Last season, not so much this season. As you can see, the Breaking Swipe debuff no longer guaranteed. We just absorb all that from the Steelix, and now it is time to unleash Staraptor. Not known for its bulk, but many of us all may know it hits like an absolute truck, and there's the Medi there. We just shield up the Ice Punch, build up to the back-to-back, and that'll be all she wrote. The opponent recognizes that, and they promptly exit stage left. Good game well played to them. And yeah, guys, if you've got your eye on that Staraptor and you're giving it the side eye, not quite sure, wait until you see these battles. This thing is no longer a meme, but we had a Altaria lead. We actually safe swap our Skarmory to force the swap because I can't safe swap my Staraptor onto that just because the Dragon Breath damage is far too oppressive, and I would rather get energy elsewhere because I'm sure we will be paired up against that Altaria. So that's the rationale behind going into the hard option being Skarmory onto Altaria. I wanted to force the swap to come out with energy. But they do meet us with the Umbreon, which we see here, playing out the zeros, going to go for a Sky Attack here. And the Umbreon obviously does not have to shield this. They do not, or they do. Very interesting to see. Maybe thought it was a Brave Bird, but I didn't want to debuff myself. I just wanted to play out the zeros and come out with energy here. Going for another Sky Attack, getting another shield. They're fighting so hard to control alignment, likely recognizing that Altaria on the Whiscash is quite dominant. Looks like they undercharged that foul play there. We're just going to take this 2-shield advantage and run with it. Like I said, Staraptor, no longer a meme. This thing is legit. You do have to have the right shielding strategy for it. Perhaps even the right team, but this thing puts in the work, guys. It's the real deal. So we take out that Umbreon, and now it's time to unleash Staraptor. Holy smokes. We see why they 2-shielded to control alignment. They had a Venusaur in the back for the Whiscash, so Staraptor's going to have to put in a little bit of work here, but with 2 shields, I'm sure it's up to the task. We just shield up this Sky Attack here. We're going to throw our fly immediately, and we do have a shield to shield up that Venusaur, and again, this should just about be all she wrote for our opponent's team here. We say bye-bye to the Altaria, and yeah, that Venusaur was going to be cooked up against our Staraptor. Did not stand a chance. Good game, well played to them. Yeah, if you're wondering, I was very pleased with how this team performed, and Staraptor stole the show more often than not. But here we go. Talonflame, this is fine with Whiscash here. They don't want to have to give up a shield or tank a lot of damage, so they safe swap a Drifblim, running the newly adjusted Astonish. So very interesting to see. I think you still want to go Hex. If you had your choice over Astonish or Hex, I think Hex is still the way to go generally. But here we are. We do allow a Icy Wind to go through just in case they were running Mystical Fire. But as you can see, we are squishy, but we can survive one super effective move generally. Now we're going to have to shield to control this alignment because obviously Talonflame is about as bad of a matchup as it gets for Skarm. And we don't get off our move just because I was still getting used to what damage Staraptor can take. It cannot tank damage very well. It is squishy, but it more than makes up for it with the stellar moveset and how hard it hits. So we do go down with energy, which is unfortunate there. Expecting a snipe with that Talonflame, so we catch that onto our Whiscash here. And we are going to look to get rid of this Talonflame here. Again, embarrassingly running Water Pulse, thinking that we're running Scald. I cannot believe how... yeah, I digress. We're going to try and get rid of this thing here. Going to shield this next move, just in case they want to Hail Mary a Brave Bird at us. And we're going to go for another Water Pulse here, again thinking that it's Scald, and we will make it to another Water Pulse here, and this should just about KO the Talonflame. Whiscash putting in the work, you love to see it. Doesn't quite KO, they're stuck in that animation. We snipe it, reaching a Brave Bird to finish this thing off in style, in dominant fashion. We're saying bye-bye to the Toxicroak with a massive overkill Brave Bird. Good game, well played to them. Whiscash double flyers was absolutely putting in work. Staraptor on the safe swap, amazing at securing a shield advantage, but we had a really good lead coming in form of Nidoqueen. We have two amazing answers to Nidoqueen, so they safe swap a Poliwrath, gonna shield up what I thought was an Ice Punch. They did build up to it, but they're running Power Up Punch, which I did not expect to see. And we are part normal, which means that we're taking neutral from this fast move pressure. Gonna try to get to the back-to-back. We're there now, but that boosted counter, I think, will not allow us to get off the second fly. We do grab the shield in the process, so shields are now even. Unfortunate we go down with energy, but that's okay. We're going to come back in with our Whiscash, knowing that we have an amazing answer to that Nidoqueen in the back. And just going to let this go here. Just another power-up punch. And we're going to look to get rid of the Poliwrath with a Mud Bomb. That's all we need. But they shield. Very interesting to see. I find that a lot of inexperienced trainers, if they're running Power-Up Punch, they will often make a questionable shielding commitment to protect that the buff effect of the Power-Up Punch. Generally not the way to go. They should have let that go. But we have a shield advantage, and I am not complaining. They've got a Swampert as well with no shields. Expecting a catch, we're gonna hold on and exercise some patience, and they did try to catch as predicted. They come back into the Nidoqueen, gonna go for a Sky Attack. I don't want to debuff myself. That Swampert does have loaded energy, and they're not throwing a move. I don't know what they're doing. They should at least soften us up with a move, a charge move, whether it be a resisted, it's all resisted, but any damage helps, but they just don't throw a move, which I found to be very interesting. So we're not debuffed, we are healthy, we survive any one move from this Swampert, and we did trigger the charge attack priority, and we got this Brave Bird. We're saying bye-bye to the Swampert, courtesy of our closer, Skarmory, coming in clutch yet again. It's a beautiful thing. Good game, well played to them. I was very pleased to see Staraptor finally becoming playable with the addition of Fly. It was amazing. Definitely worth considering. But here we go. We had a Talonflame lead. That's a good lead for our Whiscash. They safe swap into a Azumarill, and we're going to meet this with our Skarmory. We're running Steel Wing. They are part water, so they are taking neutral damage from our Steel Wings, but they really add up. And we're just going to look to throw with proper timing, go straight Sky Attack in this matchup when shields are up. We don't want to debuff ourselves too early on here. And we're just going to let all this go. We should do just fine in the zeros here. And we will make it to another Sky Attack in time. And that plus the fast move pressure will be more than enough to take out this Azumarill here. Going for yet another Sky, and they will survive this, but they shield. So that was very interesting to see, and now I'm picking it up on that they're looking to go for an aggressive farm down. So we're just going to go for the Sky and put the heavy pressure on this Azumarill, grabbing both shields in the process. Not sure that's the way to go, but we will take the 2 shield advantage because, again, Staraptor, although not known for its bulk, if you can set it up with a shield advantage, it can do some amazing things, and they've got a Venusaur in the back, so like in a previous battle, they wanted to control the alignment at all costs, knowing that they had a Venusaur for our Whiscash. And I don't think that's going to pay off because Staraptor's about to pop off yet again. We're saying bye-bye to the Venusaur. And it's going to be interesting to see what they come back in with. We know that they have that Talonflame with no shields. They come back in with the low-health Azu. Just going to look to get rid of this Azumarill, and I'm quite confident we will handle that Talonflame. No problem whatsoever. We take out the Azu. And now, pay attention here, guys. It takes them 15 turns, 3 Incinerates to get to their move. Normally, you would want to throw on 7 if you're running a 2-turn, but we throw on 6. That's 12 turns. It takes 1 turn to swap, 1 turn to hit the move. That's 14 turns. They're still stuck in that animation, and we're saying bye-bye to the Talonflame. So that is where knowledge of mechanics can really allow you to control the flow of a match. Good game, well played to them. Yeah, I'll definitely have to run it back with Whiscash again, perhaps on another team, just to really experience Scald on it. But here we go. Trevenant, that's a nightmare lead if I've ever seen one. We safe swap into our Staraptor, and they meet us with a Dugong. So this is not great, but this is where the coverage of close combat can come in super clutch, because it can either flip switch for you or secure a shield advantage for your team. So we're just going to get as close to the back-to-back as possible. We do get off 1. They shield that one. Even though we've been debuffed, I don't think it'll KO. We go for the second one here, and they double shield the Dugong. Very interesting to see. But as you can see, we now have a shield advantage for the team. That's the power of Staraptor on the safe swap. That's why I safe swapped it more often than not with this team, just for what we saw there. The ability to secure a shield advantage or just outright flip switch. It's amazing. So we're going to come in with our Whiscash. We're happy to absorb all the damage here because we know that they have a Trevenant still lurking. The Dugong putting in work. Icy Wind will not KO. We're going to look to get off another Mud Bomb. And we are severely compromised on our attack stats, so I'm sure this will not KO. So what we're going to do is pivot, aggressive pivot, and look to get ahead. But they've got a Unova Stunfisk. Hello? Oh my gosh. This is the worst thing we could have possibly seen, and this game is over. We're going to exit stage left right about here because we had no play whatsoever throughout. Good game, well played to them. Oh, the RPS phenomenon struck really hard in that last one, but we press on. Here we go, another Talonflame lead. Very good for Whiscash. They safe swap a Vigoroth, and we're going to meet this with our Skarmory because we don't want it anywhere near that Talonflame. And this is quite all right, although Vigoroth did receive Rock Slide with the new season updates. Very much welcomed on Vig, but we are going to go for a Sky Attack here and see what they want to do. This should just about KO, not quite allow us to win the zeros, but they shield to protect alignment and control alignment. And they are at Rock Slide energy, but I highly doubt they go for it. I think they go Body Slam and look to farm down, allowing us to get off another Sky Attack and put even more pressure on, and they double shield the Vig. Oh, you love to see it. So we take that 2-shield advantage, guys. Are you seeing a theme here, my friends? Say secure a shield for Staraptor, and it does some amazing things in the Great League. It is quite nice to see, and that is precisely what we're gonna do here. I'm gonna let this go from the Vig. Whiscash, for those of you unaware, quite bulky, can absorb damage quite well, and we're gonna look to get rid of the Vigoroth with a Mud Bomb. That's all we need, and now it's time to unleash Staraptor. They had a grass type. I was seeing so many trainers 2-shield, knowing that they had a grass in the back for the Whiscash, and it just blew up in their faces. We go for the fly, doesn't KO, but we can easily shield this. Wing attack this Talonflame all the way down, and that Superior remaining does not have a prayer, my friends. And they recognize that, and they promptly top left. That's going to be yet another good game, well played. Oh man, guys, Staraptor was so much fun and very much improved with the addition of Fly. But here we go, Pelipper, that's a nightmare lead for Whiscash. We safe swap into Staraptor. It looks like they're staying in a little bit here. Gonna let this go. I don't know how wise that was, but it did quite a bit of neutral damage coming from the Pelipper, and we're gonna look to fire it right back with some heavy damage coming in the form of Fly, and we draw a shield from the Pelipper. They bank the energy and they snipe with a Vigoroth, so that was huge. We have a shield advantage, which is the goal with Staraptor on the safe swap, guys. Secure a shield advantage or just outright flip switch. That's what you'll want from any good safe swap on any given team. And we're gonna go for the Water Pulse once again, foolishly not realizing that it's not Scald at this point in these battles, guys. I'm still thinking I have Scald, which was quite comical, but we go for that Water Pulse nonetheless, and we're gonna look to get rid of the Vigoroth with a Mud Bomb here, and not anticipating that they shield. They let that go, they survive, and we come in to snipe with our Skarmory and get ahead on energy. It takes us a little while to get to our charge move, so anytime you can get that little bit of an energy lead is always quite beneficial on Skarmory, and we are not out of the woods just yet. The Pelipper is a water type, which means that they are resisting our fast move pressure, so that makes this a little bit more challenging, but they let the Sky Attack go, which was huge, but I'm still super nervous because I'm thinking maybe they have a Steel type in the back. That's what they should have, but they don't. They've got a Whiscash. So quite interesting even more that they let the Sky Attack go on the Pelipper. I thought for sure, seeing that they let that go, that they had a Steel type lurking. But I picked up on they're going to farm to 10 and just anticipated that. Caught the Scald on the Whiscash, trying to make all the plays we can to work our way out of this pickle here. And now we will shield the next Scald here, and they are still up a shield. Gonna go for the Sky Attack here and see what they want to do. I also learned that Skarmory loses ZMP tie to Whiscash. I did not anticipate that either. I was unaware of that. I'm expecting a catch here, so we're gonna exercise patience. Reading our opponent like a book, you'd love to see it, and we've got a rank 2 Skarm, so we survived this Scald, and we're going to finish this thing off in style yet again with a massive overkill Brave Bird. We say bye-bye to the Whiscash, courtesy of our low-health Skarmory. Had to tap dance around, employ some tactical maneuvering to get that one done. Good game, well played to them. So yeah, guys, not only was this team loads of fun, it was insanely effective and very good in the current meta. But here we go. We had an amazing Toxapex lead. They safe swap a Frostlass, and we react with Staraptor. So this is me getting a little bit too far ahead of myself, my friends. What I mean by that is seeing that Toxapex lead, I'm already calculating, okay, we've got 2 amazing answers to this thing. I don't want my Staraptor on it because that poison jab damage really shreds. So I had already had my mind met that they were going to instant swap and that I was going to meet. I just wanted to dump Staraptor. So that was the rationale in hindsight. If I had slowed down a little bit, I would have absolutely brought my Skarmory onto this thing. It would have been quite dominant. But as you can see, Staraptor doing its job to perfection, securing a shield advantage for the team. So we did get that out of the deal. And we're going to have to shield this next Avalanche here. They don't stick around to get farmed down. They safe swap into an Arctibax. Oh my goodness, Skarmory's about to feast. We're going Brave Bird and we're saying bye-bye to the Arctibax. And now it is just about smooth sailing, my friends. Holy smokes, they were triple weak to Steel Wing Skarmory. You'd love to see it. And yeah, what a way to end it off. Good game, well played to them. That is the team, my friends. And yeah, I wanted to try out Whiscash with the newly buffed Scald. Unfortunately, I am a noob and completely didn't realize I was not running Scald, even though I had every intention to. But we also got to see two other Pokemon that benefited from the new buffs. Skarmory, first and foremost, with the Steel Wing buff. It is now a Poison Jab clone, making Skarmory amazingly good now, vastly improved over previous seasons. And we cannot forget about Staraptor receiving Fly. This thing stole the show, as we saw in a lot of these battles more often than not. This thing is no longer a meme. It is definitely usable, very much functional. You have to appropriate your shields accordingly for it, but if you have that right strategy in mind, as you can see in this video, it absolutely puts in work. So Whiscash pairs beautifully with Skarmory. Skarmory pairs very well with Mudboys, as the Mudboys are weak to grass. Skarmory shuts down the grass like you wouldn't believe. Backing that up with a very powerful, very fun safe swap option in the form of Staraptor, with the ability to secure shield advantage or outright flip switch. Guys, you put all that together, that's a recipe for a lot of fun, as well as a lot of success in the Great League. But guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.